Hi, I'm Josh Smith, a presenter and ambassador for children's mental health charity Place2Be. And to mark Children's Mental Health Week, we are joined by some very familiar faces who will share their growth stories. And today we are joined by Game of Thrones star turned Doctor Who star, actor, singer. Is there anything he can't do? It's Jacob Anderson. We're obviously here to celebrate Children's Mental Health Week and celebrate talking about how we've grown and the people we've become today. But to cast your mind back, when you were a child, did you ever dream you would get to where you are today?
I definitely dreamed that I'd get to do all of the amazing things that I've got to do. I think I keep reminding myself, I think it's really important whenever something really positive happens in your life or something that matches what you wanted when you were a child, whenever it happens, that you kind of you remind the child version of you that you're actually doing that thing.
It's so weird, isn't it? Because I always say to myself and to other people, I feel like whatever I'm doing in my life now, I'm doing it for younger me. In a way. Do you feel like you're doing this and out there doing what you're doing for younger you to
100%.
almost be the kind of representation you wanted when you were younger?
Yeah, completely. That's why you keep doing it. I think that's partly why you keep trying, is that you want to hold on to those dreams that you had when you were a kid and wanting to be grateful.
Those journeys from that dream to now, they can be long, winding roads, can't they? And they're not always smooth. They can always have obstacles as well. How smooth has your journey been, and what kind of obstacles have you come along and come up against along the way?
My journey's been full of potholes and and obstacles, but I think that generally speaking, with obstacles, they kind of make the I'm going to say temporary destination, because I feel like you always want to be you don't want to have like a kind of anxious eye to destination, so you're constantly thinking about the next thing so that you're not enjoying where you are. I think it's really important to be present if you can be.
When you're in this position now where you've got to a place in your career where you're achieving something you really want to achieve and you got yourself into this incredible place, has there ever been a time when you felt very stuck and like you weren't progressing?
Yeah, constantly. For my second album, I would take note of things that were difficult. I'd like write out notes so that when I got to the end of it, I wouldn't just be like, oh, look, I've done it and it was easy, because it's finished. When you finish something and you achieve something, I think it's very easy to go like, because it's done, that was nothing. You forget. You forget how difficult things were. And I wanted to remind myself so that when I went to write the third album, that I would have a point of reference to go like, oh yeah, do you remember when you couldn't think of words for a song? You had a melody, but you couldn't think of words, and it took you a week or it took you months to come up with something. I think it's really important to take stock of those little bits of adversity along the way. Like, failure can sometimes be the beginning of something, or it's the middle of something. In fact, I'd say it's always the beginning or the middle of something, because you learn from those failures.
Who has helped you to grow into the person you are today?
I had a teacher at school, my drama teacher, Miss Forbes, who she just really believed in me. She just saw something in me that I didn't see in myself.
I always believe in this, that we're all still growing and we've always got a little bit of extra work to do. But do you still feel like you're growing? And what would you say is kind of a future ambition that you want to work towards sitting here today?
I think that I am 100% still growing. I think it's essential to keep growing as an adult. I think that's kind of a huge part of what life is about, for me anyway. I think for most people, is learning to accept failure or setbacks or roadblocks as a part of success and growth. And I think my definition of success is growth and change, and looking at things a little bit differently to how you have before. I would love to be in a place in a few years where I can be proud of myself for things that I've done and not be so critical of myself. Being able to look outside and be like, you've done well here, you've done a good thing. And I think I'm getting better at that. Sometimes it is just as simple as saying it to yourself until you believe it.